Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of First and Last. My name is Josh, and with me, as usual, is Joe.
Hey, man.
And Jimmy.
What is it that is up?
Nothing much. My pasta pal, my internet pasta pal these days.
Yeah.
Because the real world is scary.
These months, you mean?
Yeah.
These months and months of
this whole
disease.
This lifetime, which is the year 2020. Yeah, this is a TV show podcast. Joe, what is it about?
The podcast? The TV show?
Yeah. No, well,
It's
I
a
don't
crime
know what
drama.
TV show we're doing.
What are TV shows about?
Joe, first explain TV. Pretend I'm a caveman. Explain
Let
what
me open
TV
up
is.
Wikipedia. No, this podcast is we take a TV show and only watch the first and the last episode. Nothing in between. That's it.
Yeah. Don't waste my time with all that, those filler seasons.
Yeah. So, you know,
Filler.
we miss a lot of what happens in shows, but we get the gist of it.
We miss all the cream filling, but we get all the spongy yellow cake.
Which is still delicious.
Which is fine.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
We're watching our carbs.
oh, man. But carbs are the most delicious of things. You know?
That's true.
They're so good. Jimmy, you picked a show this week, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Was that your task?
Yeah. I think it was my turn. I also just got really excited about it. You just so
well, no one else came equipped with a show idea, so hopefully you got one. What is it?
Yeah, I do. Okay, so I'm a recent homeowner, right? I was living in the city and rented. Although Joe, you still live in the city and you are a homeowner, but you know, some of us have to move to the burbs to afford homes, and part of this process has been it's 2020 and everything is like AI and like computerized and smart now. It's all about the smart technology. So just recently got the doorbell with the camera and all the things, and it attaches to your Googles, and got the thermostat, and the thermostat learns. Did you guys hear this? It learns how, like, it's constantly learning when you are setting it. It knows, it has like a motion sensor in it too. So when you walk by it, like it knows like, oh, you're up. And so then it can set, based on what you've been turning it to, it learns to set the temp like a half an hour before you would be normally getting up, so that it's that temp, so that it's nice and cool or whatever, or hot. So anyway, the world is becoming sentient. So I really wanted to watch the Terminator, the Sarah Chronicles.
Oh, the
Sarah Conner Chronicles.
Yeah. Okay. To be completely honest, Jimmy, when you started that and you were like, I just bought a house, and I was like, are we gonna watch like this old house? This Bob Vila, this old house?
Yeah, I was like, we've already done Home Improvement.
Yeah, well, that too, like Money Pit.
Also,
real.
I Googled the Terminator, the Sarah Chronicles, and nothing came up.
The Sarah
Conner
Chronicles.
Oh, second result. Got it.
Got it. So it looks like this show went for 2 seasons.
Yep.
Smash hit, it looks like. 31 episodes. January 2008 to April 2009 on Fox. Is that what it was on?
On Fox. And Fox has gotten a lot of guff, shall we say, for canceling this show. It's on like lists of like 12 shows Fox is embarrassed to have canceled or something like that. Articles like that.
Did you want this because not only do you like the Terminator, but also that since Lena Headey's in it from Game of Thrones?
Headley Lamar, isn't it Heady or something? Is it?
Heady,
there an
yeah.
L in it?
Head. No, there's not. I just put it in there. Headey. Lena Headey.
Yeah, she is amazing, and she is one of the reasons, yes, that I want to watch this.
Also, while we're talking about this, I ordered Chipotle, and according to the app, it's supposed to be here in 5 minutes. So if my phone rings or I just stop talking, it's because I went to go get a burrito from the door.
Nice.
So deal with it, Jimmy, Joe, and all of you listeners. I need to eat too.
Yeah.
But
that's never happened on this pod before.
Yeah, no one's ever. I'm just letting you guys know.
Away.
Well, it's one of those things where it like tells you, it's like, oh, they'll be here in 5 minutes, and then it'll be 20 minutes later, and you'll be like, are you going to be here in 5 minutes?
So anyway, yes, Josh. The answer was yes to both of those things. I love the Terminator, and I love Lena.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, Summer Glau's in this? She's dope.
Dope, yep.
She was something. What's her name from Firefly?
Her name is Summer in Firefly. I'm pretty.
Is her name in? Oh yeah, that might be true.
Yeah, I think these two things are kind of her big. She's a sci-fi geek like princess of like sci-fi cons everywhere.
Mm-hmm. I think she was also in Dollhouse. Yeah, she was.
Yeah.
But not for very much, but she was like somebody in Dollhouse. And that's kind of the Wheaton, the Joss thing after Firefly, I believe. It did not go very long either.
No. She's also a very big part of season 2, I believe, of Arrow.
Oh, yes.
She's
Joe, you following all this?
Yeah, this is all stuff I totally care about.
Well, one thing you might care about is that this show revolves around the events following Terminator 2, Judgment Day.
Yeah, are you a Terminator guy, Joe?
Here's the thing. I've only seen Terminator 2 and like decades ago. Like I've never seen the Terminator.
That's ridiculous.
Terminator 2 is one of those movies that the trailer on TV or in the theater for it spoiled like one of the biggest. It was like one of the bigger spoilers for the whole movie, and it spoiled it in the trailer.
Yeah, that's
because Arnold Schwarzenegger, the Terminator, was a bad guy in the first one. Joe, spoilers.
Yeah, kind of the things I know about the Terminator series is that I think in the Terminator, like Arnold Schwarzenegger, who is some sort of robot, goes back to kill the father or the mother of some kid who's supposed to like save the world, but it ends up like that the guy who ends up going back to try to save this person like ends up fathering the kid, which I don't know how that works with time travel. And then in the second one, they send back a different robot who's like Capri Sun, and and then like the good guys send back Arnold Schwarzenegger, but this time to try to save the kid who's supposed to save the world.
Yeah,
and that takes place in like the early 90s.
Yeah,
and the kid's like what, like 13, and he's got like a bad attitude.
He's a teen. He's older than 13, I would think.
So that's what I was gonna say. I'm talking about Terminator 2. He's like preteen, right? So I assume that the show picks up because that's like just the most successful of the movies. I assume it's got to pick up just like at the end of the second movie.
That's my hope.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Could be a few years later. Other iterations, because this isn't like a James Cameron, but I'm sure it's got to be like sanctioned.
Mm-hmm.
I'll look into that. But all the other movies, there's like a good at least like 5-10 years in between, and then the what's it? The Christian Bale one is like way.
Oh, Terminator Salvation, right?
Yeah.
Fun fact:
Good
I just
for
played
you.
I just played that PS3 game, Terminator Salvation, not too long ago.
Game?
Oh, and it was so bad. It was awful. I do not recommend that for any Terminator enthusiasts to do that.
You guys know what I'm talking about when I said good for you, right? That wasn't just like a weird thing I was saying.
That was just a weird, kind of rude thing.
No, it was during the making of Terminator Salvation, like some like prop guy like walks in the middle of a shot and like Christian Bale gets pissed at him and he's like, "Oh, you think you could just ruin a shot? Good for you."
That was that movie?
Yeah.
When he went off?
Yeah, I guess the answer to that, Joe, was I didn't know what you were saying. And so I just kept going. And now I get it.
Isn't
it was,
there like
Christian
a lot
Bale
more
being
to
terrible. Oh yeah, isn't that his like big freak out, or is that a different movie?
No, yeah, I think that's his big freak out. Like I don't even know. Like
amazing.
He just destroys this guy for ruining a shot. It was probably a really long day, and like he's like covered in mud and green screen and.
I mean, not saying that it's like a great thing for him to have done, but you know, he's probably like on the set. Maybe it's been a long day, and he's like trying to be in this like post-apocalyptic, the world's like fucking on fire mode.
Yeah,
you know?
he's
just method acting.
He's in the zone. Yeah.
And then some dude carrying a boom mic and eating a donut walks in front of him, and he's like, "God damn it!"
He's like, "Oops, sorry, Christian." He's like, "Don't call me Christian."
My name is Terminator. I don't know what his name is.
He's not a Terminator. His name is John Connor.
Oh, is he the regular guy?
He's literally the guy. He's John Connor. He's the one guy that all this is about.
And Sarah.
So I'm assuming that this show starts with John and Sarah Conner like eating Cheerios for breakfast. Like everything's totally cool, you know? And then all of a sudden, like, portal opens and somebody walks through. And then they're like, "You're not safe still." Because time travel doesn't have to make sense. And then I'd be surprised if we see an actual Terminator in the first episode.
Okay. You don't think we see a Terminator?
I just don't think we see one in like I don't think we see one in
the show is called Terminator.
I don't think we see one like fighting them in where they are right now. I think maybe they think back to like Judgment Day, or they think forward. I don't think in the present
they just
time
show straight up clips from T2.
Yeah, that'd be great. All right, I'm gonna go get my Chipotle. You guys tell everybody else what you think's gonna happen in this episode.
Cool. Yeah, you go away. I think Josh is totally wrong.
I was gonna say I thought that's like pretty much what I thought it was.
I think there's probably going to be some big budget. They probably blew most of their budget on like some fight scene with a Terminator in this.
Yeah.
Because that's what people want when they're turning this on for the first time.
Yeah, I think I agree. I think we for sure get a Terminator, but I guess I agreed with the premise that like T2 ends and they're like things are fine, and then all of a sudden another guy shows up and he's like, "You're in danger still. This is gonna keep happening."
Yeah, that's a good point. There's always someone who's coming back.
Yeah. Because like you should just keep, if you have time travel, just like keep sending people back, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, because so the first one, like you said, Kyle Reese is the guy. He gets sent back, and he meets Sarah Conner to tell her, like John Connor sends him back from the future. And then in the second one, they send a like reprogrammed Arnold.
Mm-hmm.
I never saw the third one. But
they made 6 of these movies?
Oof. One came out last year, and I didn't even know that.
It goes The Terminator, 1984, Terminator 2 Judgment Day, 1991, Terminator 3 Rise of the Machines, 2003, Terminator Salvation, Christian Bale, 2009, and Terminator Genesis, 2015, which I'm not even sure that I'm familiar with.
Yeah, that was a CGI Arnold.
And then it's Terminator Dark Fate last year, 2019, which, again, I didn't know that existed.
I definitely saw Genesis, now that you say that.
I'm getting worse and worse with movies as I grow older. Like, not including the year 2020 where no one's allowed to go see a movie, but like in the past couple of years, someone's like, this movie's out. And I'm like, didn't even know that. Never.
It's too much stuff.
Ooh, Amelia Clarke was Sarah Connor in Terminator Genesis. I swore I saw this movie, but I'm not remembering it at all.
Dark Fate has Linda Hamilton and Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Heck yeah, back to the OG. Linda Hamilton is so good in these movies. Like, in Terminator 1, like, literally you should just sometime just sit down and watch Terminator 1 and then Terminator 2. And you're like, this is just a dope premise.
I mean, I assume that's all this TV show is going to make me want to do. Like, just I'm going to call my shot right now, and that at the end of this podcast, I'm going to say, whatever about this TV show. I'm going to go watch Terminator 1 and 2.
Yeah, I should go watch Terminator for the first time.
Should we go watch it now and before we?
I mean,
yeah.
We know what happens. We've all seen it. It's just been a long time. Well, not one, but you don't need to know about one, Joe.
Am I right that the time travel guy, like, fathers John Connor? Is that true or no? How is that possible?
Time travel, dude. What do you mean?
That's the thing. That's what I love about this, is that all of it. So his whole spiel, he comes back. He's like, John Connor made me memorize this message to give you, and its whole thing is about how she's got to, like, protect herself and rise up, and they're going to be coming after her, and all this stuff is going to happen, the robots, and that the future is not set. Like, she has to do it. But at the same time, he had to go there for John Connor to be born to then, like, save humanity. So, like,
literally the very spark
had to happen.
The spark doesn't even make sense. Like, you had to go back to do it.
Well, would it have just been that, like, someone else was John Connor's father, and, like, Kyle Reese swoops in?
I think it's the gigantic coincidence that maybe this guy in a regular, not bad, like, future went back in time, birthed John Connor, and then destroyed the whole world, because then that's when all that stuff happened. And then he had to go back again.
Yeah, this is actually the second time he's going back to try to fix things again.
It's just a different timeline. Just a different multiverse.
I also like that I went to go get my burrito, and then I came back, and you guys weren't talking about the show. You were just talking about the movies.
Yep.
Well, yeah.
Haven't seen the show yet.
Fair enough. I mean, are we ready to watch the show? Is that where we're at?
Yeah.
I was born ready for the Terminator.
Ready to watch
Skynet.
Show. I'm, like, trying to find. Wikipedia is not doing me a very good list of the characters. I just want to know what the first episode's called.
It's called Pilot.
Okay.
No, it's called Pilot.
Are you just saying that because it's
No, I looked it up.
Okay. Cool. All right. Oh, there's the button. Found it. All right, cool. Well, let's do it. Let's watch the first episode of this show called Pilot, of course. So we will see you after that. All right, everybody. We're back from the first episode of Terminator, the Sarah Conner Chronicles. I'll be honest. Name of the show's too long. Jimmy, do you have a write-up?
Yeah. In 1999, after the events of Terminator 2 Judgment Day, Sarah Connor and her son John are fugitives from the police and FBI. FBI, period. In the series opener, Sarah and John move to a small town in New Mexico. A Terminator named Cromartie?
I didn't know that was, like, his real name. That's what he said when he walked into the school.
Yeah.
Which I got a lot to say about that scene. Just we'll get there.
Okay. he attacks John's school, and a reprogrammed Terminator named Cameron transports Sarah and John to 2007, where they will battle Skynet. Meanwhile, FBI agent James Ellison is obsessed with finding Sarah. So that's the end of the write-up. Other things happened.
Right. I mean, I have 7 bullet points that I think we can just go through, and we'll slowly get through the whole episode.
All right.
Number 1, the year is 1999. So
Okay. Said that.
Cool.
Check.
So Sarah and John moved to New Mexico, because where were they before?
I don't know. I think it's just L.A.
Okay, they were in LA. She was about to be engaged to Dennis Duffy from 30 Rock.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Mayhem.
Mayhem. Yeah.
Yeah, Mayhem, which is hilarious and honestly, like, can't keep you. You're not serious. I can't take you seriously.
I think he's joking the whole time.
He's also the Vulture from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, which you should watch.
Okay.
Sounds hilarious.
Well, when
great.
the show ever ends, then I'll watch it here.
Well, you won't see him because he'll probably. Well, maybe he will be.
We'll see. So yeah, they move on to a new place to just try to stay safe. But that means that, what was his name in the show? The guy who plays Dennis Duffy. Dixon? Okay.
Charlie Dixon, yeah.
Charlie Dixon. Okay, so Dixon obviously then like goes to the police and is like, they just left or something, which is kind of weird, but whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then one thing that Cameron, who Summer Glau plays, she was like, you should have changed your like aliases. And it's like, you moved to stay safe, but you didn't change your aliases?
So they changed their last name to the real dad's last name. So like she did change it.
She did
but
the exact
also the
bare minimum.
robots knew.
Yeah.
Kyle
completely new
Reese.
names. The least you can do is completely new names, right?
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
So I thought that was hilarious. So then on the first day, like, John goes to school in their new town, and he meets Cameron, who is Summer Glau. And before we knew she was a Terminator, I went, she's way too into him. / I bet she's a Terminator. I wrote that down.
Yeah, I thought that too, because she goes and talks to him after class, and she's like, hey, how's it going? What do your parents do? Where's your dad?
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
she was, now that knowing what we know was like that, but I was just thinking like, oh, you're a Terminator because you were like, hey, what's up, new kid? I'm super into you. Should we go? We should hang out right now.
She's all up in his business. And I was just I had no idea like what my friend's parents did for a living, and she asked about both of them.
Right.
Yeah. Immediately.
Well, and she asked like clarifying questions. My dad's in insurance. What kind of insurance?
Yeah.
It's like, no high school kid in the entire world has ever cared what kind of insurance.
You wouldn't even know what to do with that information.
Right.
If he gave it to you.
Next, a Terminator comes to the school pretending to be a substitute teacher. What was his name? Cromartie?
Yeah.
Cromartie.
Marty McFly. And he shoots up. Okay, so number 1, he sneaks a gun. This is this is the one I'm like, come on. He sneaks a gun into the school inside of his like right leg. So when he's doing roll call at the teacher's desk, he like uses a letter opener to cut open his leg to pull out the gun.
Yeah.
He could have just brought it in a handbag or something.
Yeah,
like,
bring it in your backpack
in his
like
pocket.
every normal kid.
He could have just tucked it in his. He could have just tucked it in his waistband. Like, he's not going to like an army base.
Yeah.
You're not gonna pat him down.
Well, so we were saying earlier that like we're pretty sure that Cameron was a Terminator.
Yeah.
Like I thought that she would be an evil Terminator.
Same.
But then when Cromartie walked in, I was like, oh no, wait, that's the evil Terminator. She's probably a good Terminator.
Very clearly this guy.
Yeah.
Very clearly, this is a bad person.
Yeah.
So then
But you
she
didn't
like jumps
know
in front.
until then that Cameron
Well, yeah,
was a
I do.
villain.
Yeah, not fully. She then
Or at
jumps
least
in
not.
front of like the bullets and gets shot, and then she dies, quote unquote. And then like a second later, we find out she's a Terminator. Well, they escape the school, but then Sarah Connor hears about it and is like trying to spy on the school and find out where John is, and then the Terminator Cromartie finds her, and then so John calls her cell phone. And the Terminator answers, but using her voice. They totally know they can do that, right? Like, they do that in at least one of the two Terminator movies, right?
Oh no, yeah, they do that in both.
If they do it in one or two, that means Sarah knows they can do that. You know, right?
Sarah knows.
Well, you'd think she probably would have told John at some point.
Yeah, John does know, because then when he knew something was up after he hung up.
They basically did. I was just wondering like why they don't have like a safe word, or like, you know, if something crazy
so
is
I
happening.
know it's you.
Yeah, like you need some sort of confirmation, and they don't seem to have that, which is funny. And then they go back to the place. The Terminator, they lose the Terminator guy. They are running around. Basically, eventually, they end up at a bank, and they quote unquote rob the bank because future stuff is convenient.
Before that, a big thing is they go to Miles. Oh shoot, what's his name? They
Dyson?
go to
Is his
Dyson's.
last name Dyson?
They go to Dyson's house in L.A. Who she goes to kill in T2.
Yeah.
That's the creator of Skynet, right?
Right. He's
Correct.
just basically trying to create AI, and he's like, a scientist, and then she tells him what happens and proves it with the Terminator, who's Arnold. And then he ends up killing himself, I think, basically. So they go to try to figure out, I guess she's going to try to figure out if they can get any leads on who creates. She finds out that Skynet is still created.
Just later.
Just later by someone else. So they're trying to figure out who. But then the Terminator gets there. The bad Cromartie gets there before they can really figure anything out. Then they go to the bank.
So then they go to the bank. Cameron gets them. They go into the back. She steals the gun from the security guard guy. They go in the back, and she opens like a ton. They open like a ton of security deposit boxes, and that turns into like a future grenade launcher, basically.
Yeah.
Which they sent people back in time to like do that, and then it turns out that they had sent someone back in time. Also, just happens to be like this New Mexico town as well, like or really close to it.
No, they were in L.A. then.
Oh, they already gone all the way back to L.A.?
I don't know if they started in L.A. for sure, but it said L.A. when they went to go to the Dyson's place.
Oh, okay. So they went back to the Miles. They were in New Mexico at the school. That was where they were. So I missed.
They traveled to L.A.
For some reason, I was like, oh, the Dyson people live in New Mexico.
That massive like mansion they live in.
Yeah, right. So then they also happen to have a time travel device inside of the bank vault because they built it in there as well. And they decided that they are going to time travel to when Skynet was presumably made to try to find it and bring the fight to them and stop Skynet. And that apparently is September 2007.
Yep.
And that's basically where they time travel there. Obviously, somebody some kid got like a phone footage of them. You'd think they would land immediately and then run off the road as fast as they could so no one would see them. But they all just stand up and stare at this family in a car and just let them film them for 20 seconds.
Just naked on the highway.
Yeah, that alone, have some decency. But it is 99 Sarah Connor, so she probably doesn't realize people just have recording devices on their person at all times.
This is true.
This is new information. I will say something. I'm upset with this. It's breaking its own rules. I think Jordan Cameron is rolling in his grave.
James Cameron?
Whomever.
James Cameron's not dead either, right?
Sure. No, he's not. But Jordan.
He just likes to sleep in his grave.
Oh yeah. He's a vampire.
He's a vampire. But okay, so I said like at the beginning, my whole thing is like they use this time sci-fi trope, but the whole way they do it is that like it's you got to do all this stuff time, but then like no matter what happens, it always somehow folds itself into itself. Like how Kyle Reese actually had to go back for James Conner to even be born. But
it's
in
all
this
just kind of destined to happen.
Yeah, so now in this, we're actually we're changing the timeline. This is like Back to the Future now, which is just, ugh.
I mean, I'm not positive about it, thinking it right now, but I'm pretty confident if you watch like the 5 Terminator movies, like in the end, it's just like none of it makes sense, and it's all just convoluted in its own way.
So I've only seen 1 and 2 and Salvation, and they all totally line up.
Oh, okay.
Which is why I'm a fan.
Good. Okay. Cool. I did not trust the fact that they line up. I'll be straight right there. I'm like, nope. There's no way.
They do, but so my thing is that if you mess with it, then it's gonna fall apart, because like if the timeline can change, then how are you still reprogramming robots and sending them back in time, and how is that any of that?
Yeah, because then you would just keep sending them back.
Right. And this lady Cameron says she's from 2 years earlier than when Kyle Reese originally said he was from.
Mm-hmm.
With the first Terminator. He's from 2029, and she said she was from 2027. So she doesn't even know about the whole Kyle Reese going back, right?
I mean, presumably, yeah. She wouldn't be able to know. I just kind of assume that if maybe it happens in this last episode, and they like wrapped it up a little bit, if they knew they were getting canceled, or they had a plan. I kind of assume that this whole show in the end is going to kind of fold in on itself to make this entire show not mean anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, just be like, the movies are the movies and they're all right, and this show was a lot of fun, but because of time travel, we're just like right back where we started at the end of T2.
Ooh.
Because if it solves the problem, then most of the movies don't matter,
You
right?
scrap the whole thing. It was like it was all a dream.
And
God.
yeah, so the journey is going to be its own reward, I think, in this show.
Well, if we're talking
With
about
that being,
go ahead.
oh no, I was just going to say, with that being said, I actually kind of liked it, and I thought there was a lot of convenience to it that they obviously threw in, especially with the bank stuff, and obviously just another Terminator and blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. I think it's going to be dumb fun. So
I was gonna ask, like if we're talking about things that don't quite make sense, like why? So like the humans, I assume do they build their own Terminator to make a good Terminator, or do they capture a Terminator and reprogram it?
I think the second one, they capture.
Then that makes a little bit more sense, or that might kind of explain it. But I'm just wondering why did they send a like teenage girl Terminator back to protect him? like one, I just don't know. I mean, maybe she's more agile than like a full adult Terminator. But it just seems like it's just not like a 15-year-old girl isn't really the build you look for like a protector. Also, when the person
if you're trying to get a 15-year-old boy to pay attention to you, and
that's the part that I was saying. Like, I think it's actually detrimental for it to be like a cute 15-year-old girl
That's what the bad guys Terminators
distracting.
really should be, you know?
Yeah.
Just
and
like
that's
young,
why I thought she was
young
bad
attractive
at first.
girls.
Because
Well,
then
then-
you just distract John like this entire time while he's like she's trying to protect him from getting killed. Like, is he gonna like fall in love with this robot?
I got
Like,
predicts.
it just seems like more of a complication than you need in this when you're just trying to keep him alive.
Jimmy, is one of your predictions that John Connor loses his virginity to a
Whoa,
robot?
whoa. What's this?
I don't think that
show
counts.
rated?
I don't think that counts.
Yeah, I don't. It doesn't. It absolutely does not. So to your point, these are evil. These are bots built by Skynet. So it would
Okay.
make sense that they would have at some point like a female bot that maybe she was like spy bot, whatever model,
Yeah.
you know, that
Mhm.
was captured.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm gonna already accept that these robots or the AI are building like humanoid robots, because again, like if you're just building a killing machine, like it doesn't need to be humanoid. It doesn't need to like walk on two legs and have
Whatever,
arms.
Joe. It's like you've never seen Gundam Wing before. All giant robots or killing robots need to be bipedal.
Like no, they should be. It could be like General Grievous.
He's
Why does it
he's-
got to look like
I
an
mean,
English teacher?
He's like also biped. I mean, he looks weird, but you put some skin on it, he might just look like a weird fat guy, you know?
Yeah.
If you
But yeah.
see the first Terminator, they do all these like future, battle, like jumping into where like Kyle Reese is from and what the Earth is like, and none of those bots. They're the metal like skeletal structures,
Mhm.
and the whole thing is that they developed this like cyborg kind of thing with an outer like fleshy shell just to
blend in.
to
Mhm.
infiltrate.
Still, like send a bear.
Yes.
Or like build a Terminator robot bear. That would be badass.
Yeah, that just looks like a grizzly bear. Just like it looks
But
like
it's
a
a-
normal grizzly bear, but
But it's a Terminator, and in its back there's like a rocket launcher.
yeah,
You know?
exactly. No one's suspecting a grizzly bear.
This stuff writes itself. I gotta change one of my predictions.
Like
A grizzly bear in the middle of New Mexico.
just like wandering into your like secret resistance
They
headquarters.
just
Aw.
put a Terminator
grizzly
bear
bear.
at the zoo in New
Yeah.
Mexico and hope that
Silly
John
bear.
Connor goes to the zoo.
You silly bear.
Yeah, he's just listening for the name John Reese, and he's like, perfect.
Perfect.
Pulls
Rawr.
out a
then-
shotgun.
And then stands up on his hind legs for no reason. And
Oh, man.
yeah, I think we've got it. I think
Well,
we know what the
let's-
final
let's-
episode is.
We should be running Skynet.
No, Skynet's just watching us do this podcast and learning. It's like, oh yeah, the bear idea
Yeah.
was a good idea.
He's like, yeah, we'll keep that in mind. We'll see what happens with this bear idea.
I had-
Also, like somebody we didn't really talk about. One other character
Oh.
was that James Ellison agent guy.
Right.
He's just kind of like looking. He's like looking for them from the fallout of Terminator 2. Like he's after them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because she killed a lot of people. Everybody at Skynet.
She's
Well, they think she at least killed the one
yeah,
guy, the
she's
Dyson guy.
wanted for killing Dyson. But she didn't do it, man. So yeah, he's apparently going to be a part of this. He's still around in 2007. Also, Dixon is still around in 2007, and he sees her on TV on this kid's cell phone footage. He apparently turned into the news for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
He just doesn't need to be. He could have been in the first episode. I don't think Dennis
I-
Duffy needed to keep going.
I agree. I was gonna say, so there's two things that were like callbacks to the movies, and one was, well, lots of things, but one was the whole beginning of this episode was Sarah Connor's dream, because she has these like apocalyptic like nightmares, and she has one in T2 that you think like the whole earth is obliterated, but it's really just her dream. And then Cameron says, "Come with me if you want to live," which is what Kyle Reese says in Terminator, and then what the Terminator says to John Connor, maybe Sarah Connor, maybe both in T2. And everyone was like, "What? He said it!" Ah.
I don't know if anybody watching this show was like, Summer Glau said it.
Like, I just did.
Yeah, I think I rolled my eyes pretty heavily when she said it.
Yeah, I didn't like freak out, but.
Oh, also, just a correction, by the way. Her name wasn't Summer in Firefly. It's River, Jimmy.
Oh, duh, yeah. River, Summer. Summer River.
So there's that. But what's the other? Was there another callback or something?
Probably.
Okay.
We'll never know.
Should we do predictions? Should we jump into those?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm looking at mine, so I'm going to do them. Number one, so kind of in a way that I think, like, I don't know if they know they were getting canceled or whatnot, but I assume either way that this last show is going to end in some sort of cliffhanger. And what I think is it's going to do is the end shot of the show is a cliffhanger, kind of like panning over like a machine or something that we assumed is like off or dead or like destroyed, and then like it turns on, that kind of thing. Like, oh, they didn't do it. Somewhat,
The eyes light up.
Yeah, probably the eyes light up. So some sort of machine related. The machine is alive cliffhanger. Number two, I think there's Cameron, Summer Glau's Terminator character, is going to have like a bad version or like an evil twin of her. So I think there's going to be an evil Cameron. Maybe not named Cameron. Cameron
with a K.
Yeah, Cameron with a K instead of a C. That's the evil one. I think there's a somebody eats a hot dog.
Cool.
Because you got to eat when you're fighting against the machines.
Hey, Terminator Cameron ate a chip.
Oh, yeah. Maybe she'll eat a hot dog. She did. She ate one chip.
She ate one chip.
Oh, I missed
when they were
that.
When they were filling up the gas, John was like, he's like, something about being the same. And then she's like, maybe I'm not the same, and like ate a chip. I was like, oh my God, you're crazy. Watch out. And then number four, I think the year 2099 comes into play.
2099?
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know anything about what years are what in Terminator, so shooting big.
I have a question about her eating a chip because it ties into my predictions. Like, did that scene mean to imply that she eats like a human?
I think it just means that she can eat, but I don't think it implied that she needs to eat.
Okay.
Like Data in Star Trek. Like, he can eat, but he doesn't need to eat.
Yeah, like it's not going to fuck up her insides if she has some chips.
I think it just helps him fit in. So I think it's the same.
Okay. Then, yeah, my predictions still work then.
Okay.
Nice.
I'll go into them. I have, for the eating a chip thing, I have that Cameron pretends to eat something to look normal.
Okay. Yeah.
But
I hope it's a hot dog.
Yeah. In my head, she was just like chewing it up and then later spitting it out. But I guess she could just eat it.
She just like gophers it in her cheeks for a little until the opportune time for her to just spit it out.
It's like a whole burrito.
Oh God!
Just spits it out. I have that. Yeah. So she eats something to pretend to be human. I have that Mayhem dies. I'm sure he dies heroically.
Okay.
I think that John kisses the Terminator, Cameron. I think he has a little robot kiss.
Nice.
And then I think at the end they go back in time again, but they go back to like before Sarah was born, and they gotta like protect her or protect her dad or whatever.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Just erase. Oh, well, they're back in time. I was like, just not use any of the same characters anymore. Like, reset.
No, yeah,
But
all three of them go back.
And will there be a Polaroid that they hold up to make sure that they're still
Yeah,
okay
they got to
in the
make
future?
sure Sarah Connor's parents fall in love at the Enchantment Under the Sea dance.
Oh,
Someone's
God.
playing Johnny B. Good in the background on a guitar.
Nice. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. I had written this one down, that John messes with tech and Sarah flips out, which then she totally like did in this episode when she like found out that he was going to be in computer class or whatever. But so I think he's messing with tech of some kind, and Sarah flips out. This is the most like, for a sci-fi like futuristic show, it's like anti-tech, which I think is interesting. Like tech's the bad guy.
He's like Dade from Hackers. He's not allowed to be around computers until his 18th birthday.
Yeah, exactly. Then I have John's in love with the Terminator, which I also wrote before Cameron, but I think it holds true. I think we have a period episode. Like I also think they go back in time to like maybe like the 60s, and they have to like wear, or like the 70s, and they wear some bell bottoms or something.
Mm-hmm.
So a period episode. Maybe they go to the 80s and do some coke. I don't know.
Yeah, that's probably what they do.
The 1680s.
Ooh. They had coke then?
Yep.
Okay. Then I have Sarah gets shot.
Just bookmark it with that, the other shoulder.
Yeah. Which I also put that before she got... I gotta stop writing my predictions like during the episode. But maybe she'll have like a flak jacket on or something, but otherwise
Maybe.
a bookmark would be great.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Well, why don't we watch the last episode? Episode 31. I believe this is season 2, episode 22. It's called Born to Run. So let's find out what that means. And we'll see after the finale of Terminator, the Sarah Conner Chronicles. It's too long. It's too long of a name. And we're back. We're done with the final episode of Terminator, the Sarah Conner Chronicles, called Born to Run. Jimmy, do you have a write-up? Does that mean you do have a write-up? Does that mean you have a write-up?
Born to Run. This is April 10th, 2009. Sarah is questioned by the FBI before being broken out of jail by Cameron, who takes her and John to meet with Weaver at, I'm going to pronounce it, Zera Corp?
Yeah, I don't know.
Zera? No one knows.
Perfect. Nailed it.
Once there, all parties are attacked by a flying drone and escape to the basement to discover Cameron deactivated. Her chip given to John Henry, who has fled into the future. Sarah and James Ellison remain behind while Weaver and John follow him into the future. Once there, he meets Derek and Kyle Reese, as well as Allison Young, who Cameron was modeled after. None of them have ever heard of John Connor. Dun, dun, dun.
Right.
And all of this makes me so sad.
So sad.
As a Terminator fan, it already doesn't. Okay, I think Salvation came out in like '09. The Christopher
Christian Bale.
Walken. Christian Bale, thank you. And like anyone in the Resistance would have heard of John Connor, you know? So like they really effed up the timeline apparently.
Well, I was just reading about stuff because presumably, so John Connor, it was 2007 in this finale, I think still.
Sure.
And then he, from the finale of this, went to the future with that T-1000 lady, I guess. Which that part was weird to me. But he went.
Weaver.
He went to the future with the Terminator lady, and then no one knew who he was. But that was because he wasn't like, so he went from 1999 to 2007, and then from 2007 to the future. So John Connor has like never been around, so no one knows who he is yet because he's never gone back to like live his life and become like someone who he knows.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still like, I mean, it doesn't. And they also didn't think. I don't think they were trying to. I think they knew they were canceled. I was reading like an interview with the dude who, the showrunner, I believe, Josh Friedman, the producer of the show. And he tried to say, he basically said he tried to make the finale, looked at it both as an end and like a springboard for a new part. So he was trying to like answer questions that people had going into this. You know, if he did, I don't know, because I'm like, what? I don't know what's going on. And then push, and then throwing John into the future basically creates like another storyline that they could keep going with, if by chance they like got uncanceled or something, but also just kind of like fix stuff. His one of his quotes is, "It's certainly not meant as a fuck you to anybody. On the contrary, I think to give some sort of finite canonical opinion on what would be a much more fluid dynamic situation seems sort of," I can't read his words. Basically, he wanted something a little bit more fluid for everyone that's been watching and invested emotionally. And he kind of like quoted it as like, it's kind of like a Schrodinger's TV show. So it's like, now you don't really know what's going to happen. So did it like, did it really happen? I don't know. So.
Yeah. I mean, and so they...
Yeah, I mean, I think that might have been he was just trying to like end some stuff that people knew about and then maybe continue it and add new questions. But even though he knew like those weren't going to be, basically disappointing people like Jimmy, who were like, they're supposed to know who he is.
I mean, and maybe he would have gotten there, I guess. Like, so
right.
if they explain, if I'm grasping at what he was trying to do, he's saying, because in the movies you never see John Connor, they've never done that section of John Connor's life. So maybe he actually did just jump to the future, and then from there he basically rises through the ranks of the Resistance and takes over.
Yeah.
And that's why they don't know him. And that's actually part of the like charm of Terminator Salvation, is that James Conner is like older, like hardened, battled guy, and then he meets a young Kyle Reese, and he knows already like, oh, I'm gonna have to send this guy back. This is my dad, who's younger than me. And that's like part of the charm of, even though they say like the future's not set, all this stuff has to have happened,
I like that you included the term "part of the charm" when it's making someone go back to the past to bang your mom.
It's charming.
Bang your mom and then be killed immediately.
Apparently, so that John Henry,
Yeah, what's that about?
robot guy, he was an artificial intelligence that was built by that corporation, the Zera Corporation, and they used Cromartie, the substitute teacher from the first episode.
Mm-hmm.
They used Cromartie's endoskeleton to give John Henry a body. So he's like actually like Cromartie skeleton stuff.
So he's Cromartie's body with just like their Watson AI that they built.
Yeah, with their new AI that they built.
Yeah.
And that AI was supposed to be built to fight Skynet.
We haven't mentioned that the like CEO of this tech company is played by Shirley Manson of Garbage.
Heck yeah. Of Wisconsin fame.
Yeah.
Which I
Wisconsin's
never have...
own Garbage.
Yeah. That's a band name in itself.
Have I told you guys my garbage story?
No, I don't believe so.
Is it about the band or your garbage?
Both. I used to, when I was living in Chicago, I was playing in a band, and we played just this like hole-in-the-wall bar in Madison once. And like there wasn't even like a stage really. We were just like playing like at the side of the bar, like close to the door.
Oh man.
And like I was playing keys and like tambourine in this band. And so like I had a tambourine like on the keyboard, and like it was pretty late. Like we were like playing last. It was like in and around bar close, like 2 a.m. And this drunk guy by the door is like, "Hey, like let me play tambourine." And I'm like, "Nah." And he's like, "Okay." And like a few songs later, he's like, "Hey man, let me play tambourine." I'm like, "No, man." And then he's like,
I'm playing a band. I know.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I was like,
no.
"We have songs planned. Like, I know you don't know them, but like, we have a set." Yeah. And then the guy eventually is like, "Don't you know who I am?" And I'm like, "No, you're just like a drunk guy at this bar." And he's like, "I'm blah, 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 the percussionist from Garbage." And I'm like, "No, you're not. That's a weird lie. Why would you say that?" But no, you're not. But he was trying to say, like, "I'm a percussionist, like, let me play the tambourine." And I'm like, no, man. And then eventually he just, like, got frustrated and left. But, like, I, like, looked him up, and it, like, actually was the guy. And then I, like, went to the bartender later, and I was like, "Hey, like, do you know, like, this guy from Garbage? Like, does he come in here a lot?" And she's like, "Oh, yeah, that guy's kind of an asshole. He, like, expects people to know who he is, and, like..."
Oh man, I can't wait to tag Garbage in this.
Yeah, like I don't remember which guy, but like it clearly wasn't Shirley Manson, and it clearly wasn't Butch Vig. It was like the other guy in Garbage.
If a Scottish red-haired woman in Wisconsin talks to you, you just assume that it's Shirley Manson.
You give her the tambourine for sure.
Oh, absolutely. You give her the keys.
Well, it's just like kind of also like if you're gonna know anybody from Garbage, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I couldn't. I mean, you just point at a white person in the Midwest. You're like, yeah, are you in Garbage? Yeah, maybe.
Maybe, who knows, man.
That's a great story.
I mean, but yeah, like,
should we end there?
Yeah, that's it. We're done. That is fun though. I mean, because like most of this episode was pretty like uneventful in the most part. Like Sarah Conner was like got arrested for stuff that had happened before, and she's just like sitting in jail the whole time.
It was pretty talky for the first like 40 minutes.
Yeah, for most of it. Oof. Yeah, for probably at least 2/3.
Mm-hmm.
And then they go and break her out at like what, the 15 minutes left mark? Maybe I didn't check.
Yeah, that's when I sat up.
Yeah, and then Cameron gets sent in, and she like saves her, and then they go to Catherine Weaver's Garbage Palace, and then Cameron goes to like kill John Henry, but she cuts out her mind chip and gives it to him, and he just disappears, I guess.
Apparently.
And then John and Catherine go to the future, and Sarah Conner and that James Ellison special agent guy stay in the past. Are they in the past to try to find where John Henry went? Is that what their goal was to do?
Yeah, I think the idea was like they were gonna go try to get that chip back.
Okay. I mean, so then like what, third season's that story of like the time we've never heard about probably from John Connor, like that time in the Resistance or whatever, and then it probably goes back and forth between that year and 2007 when Sarah Connor's running around trying to find the AI guy.
Mm-hmm.
I assume that's what's going to happen, or what would have happened. The producer Josh Friedman guy said he refuses to talk about like what their plans were for season 3, just to like, he's like, nah, he's like, so you guys can come up with whatever you want or think what was gonna happen. He's like, it's done, it's not gonna happen, so I'm not gonna talk about it.
I think a notable thing about that, like Days of Future Past timeline that they're in the future, is that he sees, what's her name, Cameron, and like petting a dog. But I read on the Wikipedia that that's like, this other person, like Amanda Young or something. Allison Young, who like Cameron the T whatever was based on. So I wonder if they were like trying to like insinuate like, oh, now John's gonna meet like the human version of the person that he was in love with, and like maybe something will happen there.
And they're gonna bang.
Yeah, 'cause she's warm on the inside, not like a robot.
God.
That was
also
strange.
can we talk about that weird like half sex scene, sort of like, not really, but they made it seem so awkward. And it was like, this doesn't have to be. She like the minute she takes off her shirt in front of you and it's a robot and you're like, oh my god, because he's still supposed to be like a kid, right? He's still supposed to be like the same, like 15, 16. So he's like, oh, boobies, you know. But then she's like, take this knife and stab me and then reach your hand inside like my chest and grab like this cold thing to see if I'm leaking nuclear energy. Once any of that starts, it stops being like a sexy time at all. And they made it seem like so awkward. Like it was like they were like, we want you to think they're gonna kiss right now, or something. And I was like, they're not gonna. No,
she's a robot.
And if they did, that'd be really, really weird.
Yeah, I think John wanted to kiss her though. It seems.
I think he might have, but he shouldn't have wanted to do that at that moment, at least. So,
man, that
was weird. Yeah, slower episode for sure. Not as exciting. I liked the first one better, but this one still had some. It made me curious about the T-1000 lady and all the stuff that happened in between, for sure.
Looking back, that seemed like an obvious prediction to make, that they'd throw a T-1000 at you. But I was surprised.
I had that in my head when we were halfway through the first episode. I'm like, remember to write down T-1000, and then I didn't, and instead I wrote hot dogs. So
people love a Capri Sun, man.
That's true. Secret World of Alex Mack.
Yeah, was Alex Mack a Terminator?
I'm pretty sure.
She's diabolical.
It's canon.
That whole show turns out to be a James Cameron. Oh, awesome. I want to watch this show. I know we usually do that at the end, but I want to watch this show just to find out what the hell all that was about. So she's like not an evil T-1000. Somehow to me, like in a dumb like Arnold robot seems easier to reprogram than a liquid robot.
Well, it just seems like a human wouldn't have any clue what to do to like reprogram like a liquid thing. Because it like doesn't have insides or anything. It's just a liquid, you know? That's it.
I barely know how to put a straw in a Capri Sun.
Is there like a USB port and that's the only other thing that's not liquid in her? You can just plug that in?
You end up squeezing the Capri Sun into a cup.
Yeah. It's interesting. I mean, we can pretty much we can pretty much be at that part. Like, I'm very curious about this. This show has made me want to like watch the first two Terminators and then like watch this show. So I'm like doing it in order. And then if I was like still on the bandwagon, then watch the movies that in the order they came out after that, to see if anything holds up.
Yeah.
Obviously, not expecting that the show is gonna really enlighten anything about the movies at all.
I just can't believe how much they mess with like timeline stuff. Blows my mind.
It's all about time travel, man. I mean, Joe, what do you think about this at all? Does this get your Terminator juices flowing at all, or?
Yeah, not really. And I'm trying to think of like what Terminator story would get me interested.
One where he did kiss her on the bed.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it is just like the teen John Connor thing that I'm not interested in. I get that you got to go there because you want like youngish, cool Sarah Connor still. I felt like the show wanted to like feature like badass women. So I feel like you're not going Salvation era John Connor because Sarah Connor's gone by then. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you go, because I was gonna say like maybe you try to go after T1, or no one calls it T1, but the Terminator. But I think it's already canon that like not much really happens between the Terminator and T2, so that would throw things off too.
I mean, the problem with it is like not much happens, but you just teleport into time in one thing. You do everything, and then you teleport to like a day after, or I don't know. Mm-hmm. It's hard to. I mean, they're seemingly messing with the timeline on this way too, so they could go in any direction. But I do. It seems that John Connor's like a little bit more grown up somehow, or more involved, instead of being like, "Mom, kill them," like like he was in the first one.
Yeah.
But still, like having Sarah Connor and Cameron being like the badass, like lady like leads is pretty cool.
Yeah, it is cool.
They're good at their roles too. Like Summer Glau is great at being just weird. And so she does the like kind of half robot, half I sometimes have like some AI character going on, and then Lena Headey is just a badass. So, and
it's like besides like maybe being like a mutant or having a special power, her Summer Glau being a indestructible robot's the only way you can like go, okay, yeah, she can kick everyone's ass. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So it works out for stuff like this. Way better than, I mean, Arnold's is great, but way better than them like just getting some random like jacked buff Arnold like dude to like be that Terminator. It's better that it's like someone like her, I think.
Yeah, it's different.
Very true.
For the show, at least. The movies, it's, I mean, if it's Arnold or what's his name, Patrick something, the guy who's T-1000.
Oh, yeah. What is his name?
When I want to find out who he is, I always go to X-Files, IMDb, instead of, it's something Patrick. Oh my gosh, I'm so dumb.
Something Patrick, yeah.
It is, or it's Patrick something.
Robert Patrick Harris.
It's Robert Patrick. Robert Patrick. Yeah. I mean, all in all, I mean, I thought it was pretty good. I'm curious for sure. I won't watch this show unless I watch the first two movies before I watch the show, though.
Yeah, I think I gotta watch more movies.
Yeah.
Last week
we just
the
classic.
Terminator.
Right. Yeah.
It's so classic.
Hey, I mean, we're over an hour. Should we just get into predictions now?
Sure.
Cool. I don't think I did very good. Number one, I said the end is shot like with a cliffhanger / machine, like with a machine being alive after that they were all dead. That's not what happened. Was not what I envisioned, so that's not it. Cameron is going to have a bad version / evil twin. She had a human version of her at the end, but that's also not what I was going
She had
for.
an even better self.
Yeah, she had a nicer, more soulful self. A hot dog. I don't think anyone ate any food in this one, so
No.
I lose there. And then the year 2099. I went a little too far in the future, but I thought, maybe.
Yeah.
But I'm going to give myself a big old 0.
Nice.
That'll happen.
Yep. What are you going to do?
I had they go back in time before Sarah Connor is born, which they didn't do. John kisses the Terminator, which was close, but
so close.
Yeah. I have Mayhem dies, which I looked up on the Wikipedia. He did die saving John Connor, but not in this episode, so I don't think that's a point. And then I had Terminator pretends to eat something to look normal, which no. Did not.
She get a big old donut too, Joe?
Also, she killed a lot of humans, like probably very innocent prison guards.
I was wondering if she was
weird.
I felt like she could have shot them really well, and part of me was like, is she trying to miss?
Okay, like
When she was in,
put them out of commission, but didn't kill them.
Yeah, I mean it was a shotgun, so I'm sure they got hit a little bit, but
it's a non-lethal shotgun.
It seemed like the show wasn't straying away from being kind of bloody, and every time she shot at a human, there was no blood, at least when she was shooting at him.
All right.
What do you got, Jimmy?
Oh, was that it, Joe?
Yeah, that's it. No points.
I thought that that Sarah was gonna get mad at John for using technology. They barely even saw each other because she was in prison for most of the episode. I thought this would be a period piece episode through time. Definitely they were still somewhere in the whatever relative present.
They were in the early aughts.
I thought Sarah was going to get shot. And she didn't, I don't think.
No.
And then I said John's in love with the Terminator. And he did reach inside her boobie. So
I don't know if we can confirm or technically deny any part of that. Well, I mean, he did reach inside her boobie, but I don't know. We didn't really see it, but they described it pretty well.
Well, yeah. This is Fox, so
it was cold.
It's a cold boob.
So what are you giving yourself, Jimmy? Honor system over here.
I'd take half a point.
All right. I think that's acceptable. If not debatable. All right, cool. Well, that's it. That is Terminator, the Sarah Conner Chronicles. This show's terrible just only based on its name. It's too long.
The Terminator Sarah Chronicles.
It's so hard to say the Sarah Conner Chronicles for some reason.
Chronicles.
It doesn't work out. It's too hard to say. So, minus some points for that. But besides that, if you like Terminator, I think if you're into Terminator, I think this is a good show. For sure.
Yeah. I
think it was interesting. It probably should have went on a little bit longer. But I could also see it losing its way, after a little bit of time. This is not a show that
had a good amount of viewership. The first season had average of 10 million, and which is probably a lot in 2007.
Yeah, it sounds like
a lot.
And
then the second season had 5. But most shows, man, they let it go way less than that.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of cable shows only are running at 250,000, I think, these days. So, if that.
Who's watching cable?
I mean, not me. So, but this is what I hear. All right, everybody. Thank you for listening to this episode of First and Last. If you would like to make show suggestions or leave us a comment or whatnot, you can hit us up on the Twitter and Gmail at FNL Podcast, FANDL Podcast. And if you would also like to rate us some stars and help us out, that'd be great. Stay tuned next week. While hopefully I'm gonna set it in stone. When I'm not here, for the very first time, our number 1 rated podcast ever episode next week. No me. So I will see you in 2 weeks. Goodbye. Someone's gonna have to say goodbye next week.